focus of the entire nation zooms in on a game like that. When it's a conference showdown, the stakes are even higher. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see, the number 8 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Wolverines will kick it away to start. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll go to the ground. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season.
Turning it on! Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
And that's the dangerous part about this offense, man. They'll get the ball out to a receiver that can do that. They can make plays after the catch. Hard to bring down, hard to tackle. That's why this offense can be so explosive.
The feel of this whole drive changed on that last big play. They've got it 1st and 10 outside the 30. Leaves it with the back. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Pulls it in. They knock him down at the 21. It's a pickup of 5 yards on the play and enough for a 1st down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. Leaves it with the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The gun wants to pass. Can't hang on to the ball. He had it right in his chest, and it'll be 4th down.
And this offense put together a really good drive, man. Like, that was a good drive, but third down in the red zone when the field starts to shrink, they really struggle to try to find a play to get someone open.
And they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
Looking to throw, it's Green. Just a short pass to the tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Great job by the defense winning those early downs. Now you get them in a predictable situation. Third and long. You bring in more DBs, more speed, more fun blitz packages. Get to have a little fun. Go get the quarterback.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. Let's move. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
Really nice job locking in by the quarterback that time on third down. That was a completion you had to have. You're only down 3-0, I get it. It's your second drive of the game, so lots of football to go, but you want to establish a rhythm and confidence as early as possible, and getting that completion on third down was big.
And the Wolverines will have it first and 10. Wants to throw again. It's complete to the left. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Making great decisions. That's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Gerbach, and the guy can't remember drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, that guy, what was his name? Tom Brady? Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, he was pretty good too. But when you think about Michigan, you don't always think about the quarterbacks, and you don't always think about airing it out. But again, if you want to be a great college football team nowadays, you better be able to throw that pigskin.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
Back to pass. It's Hill. Makes the grab. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
Everybody holds their breath when this guy has the ball. On defense now, you got to stop the bleeding because you're allowing one of the best at his position in the sport of college football. Now have back-to-back catches. You better be anticipating this offense going back to him again right here.
They'll run it from the gun. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
At the 13-yard line. Second down.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Tight end now in motion. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down and likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
Fires downfield. Touchdown, Michigan. They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. A little bit of feeling each other out there, down 7-3 as they open this drive. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Zings it complete to the right. Still on his feet at the 45. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling.
Well, not every explosive play in the passing game needs to be a 70-yard bomb down the field. If you find your running back in the progression, you just get it to him quickly. He's one of the most dangerous guys on the field with the ball in his hands, and he showed you that. Great vision, great speed, phenomenal job after the catch, and it's a big play for the offense in the passing game.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll send the back in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's moving out of the pocket. Slings it downfield. Soft spot in the middle. That'll be enough for the 1st down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
From the gun to give, looking for room. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quarterback on the keeper. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And this option attack can lull you to sleep sometimes. I mean, just so many things they can do off of it, and you just got to play responsibility, and you got to get them on the ground and make tackles. And that was a good job limiting the damage on that play with a nice tackle.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. The Tide will get the first down. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Motion from the wide receiver. This quarterback part of their running game. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Back to pass. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! Fitted in the window for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Here he comes with the return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Comes the Michigan offense. They're still looking for a little more productivity as they trail 10-7. Quick completion on the out. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
They're dealing with a second and long. He leaves it with his back. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up one.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a third and long from the 27. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Looking to pass, it's Green. Using the quick game, and he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Throws to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's in goal. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot. But when they find those good ones, they have great seasons.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Power football with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Motion from the wideout. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Brought down at the 33-yard line as this defense gets a 3rd down stop. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the field goal unit is on the field. Showing off that powerful leg. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Ohio State is going to get out of Dodge with a win. It's a shave that might have been a little closer than Buckeyes fans wanted, but a road victory feels great no matter what the final score is. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Gun to give to the back.
Man, when I can run the football like that on 1st down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
The Crimson Tide could get very aggressive here on 2nd and inches. Back in motion, trying to clear the picture. Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line.
Really nice play getting that 1st down. And listen, I know when a lot of people think about the Crimson Tide recently, they think about the success they've had at the quarterback position. A big reason why, though, those guys have been playing so well, they're throwing to NFL talent all over the field. And this dude right here, he could be the next 1st-round pick at the wide receiver position from Baylor.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with it.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4-yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another 1st down. Give to the running back. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
that defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Finds a spot in the middle. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. And he's got it! Touchdown, Crimson Tide!
That is tremendous toughness there by the quarterback because he knew he was going to get drilled. He hung tough in the pocket and delivered a strike for the touchdown.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They have some time here late in the half. Looking downfield, it's Hill. Here's the pressure. They got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
And defensively, you've got to know this guy, man. He's got some wheels to him. He'll get outside the pocket. You can't let him outside the cage. Those ends have to do a good job of keeping contained. When you lose it, this is what happens. He can get outside, can scramble, and can get first downs.
After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. To the air on 1st down. Grabs it in the middle. And he's brought down, but the flag is also down. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. They've put themselves in a hole to start. It's 1st and 20. From the gun, looking for a man. Unleashes one. Complete to the right. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot. He's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have a target like that.
Knocked down at the 47. It's a 5-yard gain and enough to move the chains.
You know, with defense, it's this pick-or-poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you could tell he takes advantage of it.
The Wolverines will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the tailback. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
And it really doesn't matter what the decision is on the RPO. When your defensive line can reset the line of scrimmage like that, get off blocks, and make plays.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. There he goes. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And the Wolverines Wolverines after ripping off that huge run. Let's see if they can do it again. Looking to throw it screen. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. Holding on the offense, accepted, so they'll back up and go at it again. The Wolverines didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. They want to throw it. Firing toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. The head coach has to be losing his mind after all of these penalties. Now it's 1st and 30. From the gun, the ground game. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Timeout, Alabama.
Second down coming up. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
At the 22. Brings up 3rd down.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. It's a draw. He's brought down at the 11-yard line, and now is this 4-down territory, or will they take the chip shot field goal?
Offensive coordinators don't really have play sheets for 3rd and 75. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but when you put yourself in a bad situation, backed up like this, you know, with mistakes and negative plays, not many plays in the playbook you can call.
He got it. That'll cut the lead down to 4, 17-13.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He'll bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Rides to back and leaves it. Crosses the 30. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Trying to escape and get it himself. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to
Breaks into the open. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And busting big runs like this, we always talk about the running backs, but it's the big boys up front paving their lanes, those receivers gluing on those DBs that make these plays really go for big yardage.
And how about those receivers? Not just the glamour. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. And it is hardly a big surprise that this Alabama defense is hitting hard and making their presence felt in the backfield.
Yeah, it's what they built their brand on. They built it on physicality and stopping the run, and you've seen over the last several years, too. After they do that, they come after your quarterback, and they try to get that sucker on the ground.
And the Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Here's a hit. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
Well, the offense just set themselves up in a bad situation on this one. Second and third and long, there's not a lot of guesswork. Defense knows they're throwing the football, and you could tell on that pass rush, man, they were coming.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front four to get the job done on third down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
Punt is in the air. On his way back from the 20. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Tide offense rolls onto the field. Handoff from the gun. Makes his man miss. They finally get him stopped, but this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later. But you got to tackle this guy over and over again who has this ability to make people miss and make big plays.
Finds his man in the middle. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
It's a really nice looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny, you know, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers. And then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua, and Bryce Young in recent years, and just how dynamic and versatile these guys were at the position and how they've really helped take this offense to the next level. Watching this guy reminds me a little bit of that.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. for a second down play. Running back searching for a hole. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on third down. He's looking downfield to throw. Got a man in the middle. He'll be stopped. About 2 yards short of a first down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. That took nerves of steel to convert that fourth down on the road.
Oh, man, the crowd going nuts. A big-time opportunity in the third quarter to create some momentum. Help them go crazy. Help them go nuts. But the offense does their job, quiets the crowd, gets the big fourth down conversion.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he is showing it all and finding ways to pick up yards. He's down to the 28.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. The play action fake. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown Tide! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
Man, this defense has their hands full. They're dealing with a quarterback that is pinpoint accurate, making good decisions, and they're dealing with a wide receiving group that has a lot of speed and some burners on the perimeter. They might want to think about playing some more zone coverage moving forward. That's now 3 passing TDs they've allowed.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, you could make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Miami is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that may get its own 30 for 30 after this one. They're up by 17 over Baylor. Games like these just mean more in the SEC, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should see.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
Brings up 3rd down.
If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
And those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make, and I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had a much better field position this time around. Makes the quick grab. Turns it on in midfield. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead, they know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical throws. That was really, really good thinking on that last play call by the offense.
Makes the catch. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
Nice job by the quarterback there throwing the hitch route against zone coverage. You can't stare at him. If you do that, then you allow the flat defender to get underneath it, and that might be a pick 6. So really good job by the quarterback there, using his eyes to manipulate the defense.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Here comes the heat. Nowhere to go with the ball and down. He goes at the 39. When you have the type of defensive lineman that Michigan has had over the years, you don't always have to send the house to get to the quarterback.
No, it's a beautiful thing when you're a defensive coordinator, when you got big, strong studs like this. Year after year, Michigan always has a stable full of them, of guys that are athletic enough to rush the passer, but physical enough to play the run. It's a fun spot to be in as a DC.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
And the returner will be knocked down. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. The running back has it. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
And that looked like an easy decision for the quarterback. Hand it off, give him the ball, let him get 5+ yards. Nice decision. Nice job by the running back getting the yardage.
The Wolverines with a second and short to keep this drive moving. He'll keep it himself. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
It's complete. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. 1 quarter to go, and Mike, we have the makings of a classic fourth-quarter finish. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. They go to the ground.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the fourth quarter, they're going to need it.
And the Wolverines can really attack on this second and short. Off the play fake. He'll take the deep shot. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
Now, I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Dropping back, it's Hill. Finds a soft spot in the middle. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
It'll be third and long. Looking for space. It's Booth. Strong belief in this running game as he powers his way ahead and picks up 8. It's 4th and 1.
Big moment here for the defense. Can you come up with one more stop? You've got the lead. It's 4th and short. You're kind of in no man's land, so you're expecting them to go for it. If you can get off the field right here, you can win this game.
Going for the marker on the ground. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. to go for it. They make it pay off. Not willing to settle for a field goal on this drive.
Yeah, and Reese, I just don't know if field goals are going to win this game, honestly. I think to win, I think you need tutties. So this offense needs to stay on the field, stay aggressive, and try and capitalize after picking up that first down.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. They got the score they needed, but this isn't over.
No, don't call it a comeback yet. The first part, step one accomplished, but this offense obviously still has work to do, but the defense has to go out and get a stop and get him the ball back.
To throw, it's Green. Pocket breaking down. Knocked off his feet.
Well, head coach obviously decided it was best to go for 2 points right there. They didn't get it, and you just wonder if chasing the points is going to hurt this team later in the game.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes that Alabama offense. And these guys come out feeling some game pressure. Things have tightened up, and they punted it last time they had it. Caught in the backfield, it's Sims. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on second down. Back to pass. Quickly to the tight end. Brought down at the 27. It's a 5-yard pickup on the play.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
On the ground, it's Marco. Got the first down and more. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. The Crimson Tide could get very aggressive here on 2nd and inches. From the gun, running back on the move. On the move at the 30. Turning on the Jets. Touchdown, Alabama! And they take it in for 6 more points. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There were a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. This certainly hasn't been their best day, but there's no time for mistakes now. They have to execute if they want to snatch this thing from the fire. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Second down.
The Wolverines in a good spot here with second and short. Looking for room. It's Booth. Tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one.
A nice job on second down. Maybe you're expecting a pass, but sticking the run in there, catching them off balance a little bit, getting a big gain, getting the first down.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Out of the gun, the inside give. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
At the 34. Second down.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, it's Hill. Makes the catch, it's in goal. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
And that's perfect for the defense. You'll give that up all day. You're winning this game by multiple possessions late in the game. Play big zone coverages, keep the ball in front of you, and tackle the ball carrier inbounds.
Looking to throw for it. That's caught. It's Booth. Finds enough room to get it up to the 44 before he's knocked out of bounds.
This is a fun spot to be in defensively. Like, it's late in the football game. You know they're passing the football because you're up a couple of scores. You pin your ears back. You try to get to the quarterback. Play smart. Make sure you rally to the football tackle and don't give up the big plays.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds a tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. And the Wolverines back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Clock stops, and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. They've got it. 1st and 10 at the 42.
Here we go.
Looking to throw on first down. Complete downfield. He goes out of bounds across the 25. Mark it at the 24. And this defense, its head is spinning. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Dropping back, it's Green. Gets it out fast. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
And that's exactly what this defense needs to do. The clock is your friend. Try to keep them in bounds. No big plays, and let that clock just tick.
And the Wolverines with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Gonna look downfield again. Fires deep toward the end zone.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, obviously. After that incompletion, now setting up 3rd down, you still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. He'll throw on 3rd down. Lets it go to the end zone. He's got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. And the Wolverines are threatening on 1st and goal. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Michigan!
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
And the extra point splits the uprights. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Bringing it out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
Leaves it with the back. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge 3rd down here in the big house. Gives it on the option. He's past the 30. At the 45 on his way. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee.